Welcome everybody to today's masterclass, which is about marrying the divine feminine and divine masculine in business, so that you can actually have more meaningful success. That's really there's no point in having success if you have to sacrifice, or if you really, it's the meaningful success is what we're after. So I've been called to host this masterclass for kind of two different we'll say stages of where you are. So this masterclass is for you if you are an online business owner and you're looking to make consistent income serving your soul contracted clients that you have contracted on a soul level to work with. Or it's if you're the person who would like to have a business, or who is in business for a little while and you're making that transition maybe out of your, we'll say, day job into setting your business up so that actually eventually you'd be able to leave and work full-time in your business. And it can also be that you feel that you really don't know what, there's so many different things that you could be doing. You don't know what you could be doing. And what I have found a lot as well is that a lot of, we'll say, the clients that I would work with, which are, powerful coaches, healers, change makers, that you've got all these skills, all this knowledge, but my God, how are you going to put that into a way to offer, to put it into a system really, so that you can bring it all together and get very clear on what it is you're here to do, who you're here to serve, and how to package up all this knowledge. Hi Yvonne, great to see you. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm really first of all going to do a grounding in, because a grounding in for me, I'm all about the energy. So the first thing is, and I know actually I'm seeing a lot of you here, and I know most of you here. So it's great to see you all again. And so you know how I work. I really am always about grounding in and connecting in to this highest frequency, so that when the energy is right, then you're able to receive and take aligned action. And why the grounding in is important is because money, clients, opportunities go to that which is grounded and steady. And I'm going to intuitively then, pull a few cards just to see what does, like I work with Goddess Isis. I am the voice of the ancient divine feminine, and I'm here to help women to make an impact in a more balanced divine feminine, intuitively led way. And why I'm doing this really is because I was there before, where I was, I knew I had this gift. I knew I had something amazing to bring. I could see the transformation. But for me, what I did was I didn't know how to channel this knowledge, this wisdom into kind of containers, or into a way that really, really resonated. And what I did was I avoided the divine masculine aspect. And I had spent an awful lot of money looking and searching through different online programs, in-person programs, business programs. And we all find our thing. For me, it was, James Wedmore, Business by Design, that really I was like, oh my God, if I had found that 10 years ago, it would have saved me an awful lot of time, a lot of hassle, a lot of money. So I'm here to kind of give you an overall insight. And I'd like this also to be kind of a bit interactive, rather than me sitting here and speaking. I would love to have kind of a bit of interaction through you, because we all have this knowledge, we all have this wisdom, so we can all learn from each other. And I feel from what I'll share here with you today, then you leave with something, like with some kind of a light bulb moment, or maybe just like confirmation of something that you already know, that you were like, actually, because we can doubt ourselves. And I'm also going to share what I got this morning when I was tuning in at 6 a.m. I woke and I was like, what do you want me to do? So on this masterclass, so I'm going to kind of give you a bit of a perspective of how everything is linked, how the chakra systems are linked to our business, and that there's literally a reason for everything. So does that sound okay for everybody?
Yes.
Great. Excellent. So let's take a breath in first of all. And on the out breath, I want you to surrender, blowing out through a divine filter. It's being transformed into pure divine love, light, truth, and wisdom. I want you to take another breath in. And on this out breath, I want you to let go of any and all of other people's energies that is in your field through all time, space, generations, multidimensionally, backwards and forwards. And I want you to take another breath in. And on this out breath, I want you to let go what you think. Through divine filter, it's being transformed into pure divine love, light, truth, and wisdom. And on this next in breath, on the out breath, I want you to really connect in with the power of your soul's power of when your soul was first created, that energy. And I want you to, when you're breathing out, you're calling that energy back through divine filter, and it's coming back to you. And this next in breath, on this out breath, I want you to gently land into your heart, your soul's portal. This is who you are. And just notice how your heart is beating all by itself, and you are connected to your soul through your heart. And I want you to notice 3 beautiful roots: a golden root, a diamond root, and a beautiful magenta root. The gold root is the divine masculine energy. The diamond root is the feminine energy. And this beautiful magenta root is that balanced, divine, feminine entrepreneur. This is the oneness. As above, so below. You've got the grounding of red, and you've the violet connection into the divine. And notice that these 3 roots now are moving down into your solar plexus, down into your sacral, down your hips, down your legs, into your feet, down into the floor, through the rocks and lava, and down into the heart of Mother Earth, wrapping around the crystalline energy of Mother Earth, holding you and grounding you in the highest love, and just observing how your energy now feels. Now we're going to call in pure absolute divine love of the highest consciousness to pour into your soul star, which is 6 inches above the crown of your head, into the crown of your head, into your mind, stilling your mind, and just releasing any aspects of doubt, indecision, anything, any mental chatter that could be holding you back from being available for your good, for the insights that you will receive that are here today for you in this masterclass. Feeling this light now move down into your third eye and your eyes so you can see more clearly. Feeling this light move into your ears so you can hear the whispers of the divine. Those little whispers, go here, do that. Pause, rest. Feeling this light move down into your nose so you can sense the next step. Into your mouth so you can taste the beauty of life and all life has to offer. Down into your throat so you can speak your truth. We are all being called to speak, to pass on this information and knowledge, to guide, to teach, to encourage, and use our voice. Feeling this light move down into your shoulders. And actually here, I just want you to release any aspect of limitation that could be holding you in a familiar status quo energy. We're just going to release that for today, out of your comfort zone and into the next evolution of your soul mission and your life experience, because it's all connected. Feeling this light now move down your arms, hands, and fingers so you can receive your good. There is more where that came from. There is more where that came from. Receive, receive, receive. Feeling this light now move down into your higher heart, into your chest area, letting go of the pressure. We get so used to struggling, to making it hard, to pushing, to making things happen. Because actually business up to the last few years has been very much about the masculine, and it has changed. And we now need to realize that in order to do business, we are doing it differently. We are leading from the being first. Feeling this light now move down into your heart, healing and repairing and purifying your heart. Feeling this light move down into your solar plexus, claiming your power as a woman. You are the creator. You are worthy. You are deserving. You have got the power. It's the I am, I can, I will. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We are the creators of this new earth. And of course, then we are required to do things differently. Feeling this light now move down into your sacral, and the sacral for the woman, your whole womb area. This is your manifestation power. It is your wealth vault. And we're going to activate this power of creation. And what I'm being shown here is by activating that, it's actually like a pumping system, and it's pumping golden light out through of that, your sacral and womb area, right through your whole body and your energy, into your business, clearing out old paradigm, old programs in your business. Or that's getting in the way from you creating a business by your design, by your soul's design. that is in alignment, that is fulfillment, that is nourishing. Feeling this light now move down into your base chakra and really feeling this sense of security, flow, synchronicity, movement, taking the action. Powerfully, one step at a time, one leap at a time. You choose the rhythm. Do you want the step? Do you want to jump? Do you want to leap? It doesn't matter. What matters is you choose. Feeling this light now move down into the floor, down into the earth, through the rocks and lava, and down into the heart of Mother Earth, bringing together divine source and earth source, and feeling when that comes together, like the fuel, this fuel of energy moving up through the earth into your earth star, which is 16 inches below the soles of your feet. This is your energetic presence that we can all feel on a collective. This is the energetic space that has been created for you. Are you taking up the full earth space? You will get a yes or a no. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being yes, I'm taking up the full space, 1 not at all. Just observe, it's information. What do you need to increase that number, to increase the ability of you to take up more space? What color does that represent? I want you to anchor that color and that feeling or that word, whatever you were given, into your earth star. Okay, so some of you were going to just have to remove. We're going to have to remove some energy, some, let me check there. Remove the fear. Okay, some of you are anchored into the fear. So we're just going to gently, I'm just going to gently scoop the fear out, gently. Just gently scooping it out. And just, I want you then to feel the difference so that you can expand. Wow, so to expand. Safe for me to expand. Safe for me to be seen. I am worthy and deserving. I am capable. I am strong. I get to choose. I choose. Feeling the magic. I choose. Feeling the magic. the magic of your earth star being fully free to have the space. Expansion requires space. So we're opening up the space in your earth star so that you can fully anchor into the earth. I am here. I am present. I am centered. And now you can feel the flow, like a fountain of light now moving, being activated actually from your earth star and moving up through your feet, into the soles of your feet, up through your legs, into the trunk of your body, into your heart, moving around 360 degrees, through every cell, every atom, every organ, every layer of your skin, into your energy, into the room you're in, the home you're in, the street you're in, the country you're in, out through the whole wide world, out to the galaxies, up to the stars, up to the cosmos, and feel your strong connection with the divine, with that multi-dimensional energy, and with the earth. And now Goddess Isis is stepping forward, and she is giving a message to us in here around marrying the divine feminine and the divine masculine in your life and in your business. So up to April, you could have got away with separating your business, your life, your relationships. But now the template of this new earth is in place, and therefore your operating system is different. So when it comes to making decisions, you are being called to make decisions from the whole, from the holistic place. Right? From that place of what decisions you make about your personal life, your relationships, your health and well-being is going to affect the decisions and the impact, let's say, on your business. If there's an area in your life that's working really well, it will feed the other aspects of your business and your life. The same goes that if there's something in your life that isn't fully functioning, then that's also going to affect all those other aspects of your life and business as well. So what does Goddess Isis got to say around the divine feminine and the divine masculine? Very interesting. So this card here is saying past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. That is so interesting. So let's have a look. And this is also, I can't remember what the meaning of this card is, but the power of your presence. The power of your presence is creating your reality and your future. So when the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine and her call that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes you are currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the oracle of past life present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual abilities. Talents, abilities, and powers wish to be restored to you now from past incarnations. This will help your path. You will often be able to recognize this because you will feel some instant fascination or deep interest for a culture, philosophy, heritage, or even place on earth or beyond, which is deeply compelling. This is your intuitive recognition that a part of your soul connected with this passionate interest is being drawn into integration. At such times, there can be emotions, feelings, and even phobias or fears that temporarily arise. You may even find your taste for food, clothing, and your sleep or other habits change quickly and noticeably for a time. These can all be signs that a past life energy is being integrated. So we're actually going to go straight into the ritual, and I will share this whole message that you can read when I send out the replay. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to lean into your own body and lean into your own energy. And I want you to visualize or sense a wheel-like structure with many spokes, like the wheel of a bicycle, but made out of light. Imagine that you are the center of the wheel, where all the spokes meet. There is a vast circle of light that forms the outer section of the wheel. And this represents the boundaries of your soul. The light around the outside grows bright and luminous gold until it begins to overflow, flowing as pure light along all the spokes of the wheel, sending light into the center. From your peaceful position at the center of the wheel, you notice that certain spokes are beginning to glow more strongly than others. Allow yourself to open your heart and receive the light from these spokes. Receive the light from these spokes of the wheel, representing different lifetimes, flowing as golden light into the center of the wheel. Rest with this and say aloud, I now call back to me, through unconditional love and grace, all past life skill and ability that can assist me in my high destiny. I pray for mercy and compassion as I grow in wisdom and ability. Help me now, beloved Isis, who loves me unconditionally, to experience this process easily and exercise its effects with love and mercy. Of my own free will, so be it. Taking a deep breath in and releasing. Just observing how you're feeling in your body and your energy. And now the light from the spokes glows strong and flows to you in the center into your heart as pure golden light. You will receive the perfect amount of light that will feed your soul. You may feel a lot of sensation or not much at all. Whatever, it's totally fine. Just allow your process to be as it is, knowing it's happening. Finally, see, sense, or feel the entire wheel filled with light, turning and flowing in its own natural way, with you at the center, feeling the vastness of you. And now we're going to say this incantation that is really going to help you gain clarity or guidance to manage yourself and your business more effectively. I call back to me through unconditional love and grace the past life energy that fills this situation and place. Let my present and past life ability help me reach my highest destiny. I call for clarity, insight, and peace. A place of empowerment I now reach. Crossing your hands over your knees to ground and anchor that in. Observing how you're feeling. And noticing if there is a difference from the time you've come onto this call a half an hour ago to now, and seeing what you can create that would be different. What has this experience given you? Feel free to either comment in the chat or just unmute, just to share.
Marcia, I got clarity.
Great, Sharon.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. And I got this whole code came down and sat on top of my head. So yeah, so that makes sense to me.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Excellent.
so I got more clarity around the Galactic Soul Blueprint. So yeah.
Again, fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, I call back High Priestess Wisdom. I must get an Ankh and share the fertility rituals of Isis and Osiris. Brilliant. Feeling of allowance, Gudrun. Excellent. Very, very good.
Marcia,
Yes, Sinead.
I got a beautiful, it's now.
Yes. You got the confirmation that you already knew, no?
It's now.
Yeah.
I got a download of a name to call myself that I've been waiting for. And I just got confirmation that's it. That's it. You're correct. You're on the right path. Just go.
Amazing. I'm delighted. It's great. So Louise, I took my healing members on a similar past present power journey last night. Today I feel I need to tune into music and more feminine energy of giving time to me. Yeah, Louise. So this is really important. So the thing here is that we have, when you think actually about, just sort of interest, like if you think about divine masculine, what are the words or associations that you have around masculine, the divine masculine? It's for everybody. Doing, yeah.
Focus.
Focus, yeah. Balance, confident action, great.
Thinking.
Thinking, yes, the intellect, yeah. Power, yeah. Getting and doing, yeah. So small little tweaks. So I see you, Maura, you were saying time. I have time, the pace is right for me. So what we also need to realize is that it's not a race, it's a pace. Okay, so the masculine in relation, like traditionally actually, business would have been considered to be more masculine. So it's like action, money, being capable, intellectual, making things happening, keeping going, doing. So all of these aspects are very much the masculine. But what has happened is that for some, this masculine, it's like it has become so natural, but it doesn't work on solo anymore. It's like having an airplane that only has one engine that's working. The feminine side is intuition. So in tune, living in tune, being intuitively led, just like Sinead there shared. She's like, she was able to, by coming to this class, she was able to tune in, and she was given confirmation and a direct clarity on what she's here to do. Now her job is to implement, and that's when she's activating the masculine. So in fact, what we're being called to do now is we've got to go into the feminine first and then activate the masculine. Whereas before, people were generally coming from the masculine, and if they were lucky, they might give themselves 10% of the feminine, okay? But the thing why this is important is because as business owners, we are constantly making decisions. And most people make decisions from the mind, from what's practical, from what makes sense. But actually, what I have found is that intuition and intuitively led decisions, sometimes they don't make sense, but they're totally the right thing to do, right? So when you're being intuitively led, your decisions that you're making are more aligned, right? They're more intentional. There is more sense, like a feeling, like a guide that actually goes, that's activated through us. Dolores was saying, my experience, anchoring more fully into my presence. Yeah, brilliant. holding space for the feminine. Yes, and so for us to be able, what I feel from that whole process, that we just got, was that we are so pumped with the old way of doing things and with the familiar that actually we're not giving the space for the feminine to come in and to loosen our grip on the masculine way of doing things. Okay, so it's all about blending both sides, and it starts with the internal aspect. So what is really required to marry the divine feminine and the divine masculine in ourselves, in our lives, and in our business is that we really have to come back to the energy, feeling in, having a life and a business that is energy led, that is divinely led. So instead of making decisions from lack, from fatigue, from the mind, we are tuning in and allowing, and small tweaks like I think was more I was mentioning about getting and doing. If you exchanged getting to receiving and doing, that small shift makes a big difference. It brings in more flow into our experience. Okay.
May I add something, Marcia?
Yes, Gudrun. Yeah.
It was just an observation that I received from you mentioning integrating the past masculine from past lives. And I was realizing that I was working with an unhealed masculine part inside myself. And so this was just like a realization to go deeper back, way more back, and anchor and connect to the ancient masculine, which I didn't realize. And this is really a game changer for me, because I perceived that I was always working with the unhealed masculine story parts in my life. And this is really, mind-blowing.
Amazing. So this kind of comes back to, to the golden Atlantis times, which is what we, I generally would be connecting with. And in my, the High Priestess gathering and in Divinely Prosper, we're really working from the ancient wisdom. And in golden Atlantis, they recognized the importance of both. So it was like honoring the masculine and honoring the feminine and bringing the two together to invite more flow, synchronistic experiences, courage. So thank you so much for sharing that, Gudrun, because it is neither, it's really bringing back the end. It's not neither or. It's you really tuning in what's right for me. So what I would also see a lot of business owners doing is looking what other business owners are doing and saying, oh, she's doing that, so I'll do that. And I'm like, that's what worked for her. And also, you're only seeing here. You're not seeing what's kind of going on in the back end, right? So, and this is why I don't really resonate with a 6-step process or a 7-step process, because it's different for everybody. The whole idea is being given that when you get these ideas, when you get these different directives to be able to do something, that actually you can go somewhere and say, how can I bring this idea, this message into a channel, which is the masculine, into containers that will allow that to flourish, that will suit my energy, that will suit my mission, that will suit the stage that I am in my business and my life. Like, for example, someone that has young children, their business model will be very different to someone who doesn't have children, because they'll have more free time. Again, the stage, if you're going through like menopause, then you will be creating a business that will suit how you're feeling on an energetic level. And then you will find that things will actually start clicking into place, right? So for example, Carmel, who was on this call at the beginning, she was saying to me that, because I say a lot, that it's never about the 10 things. So an awful lot of people are putting their energy in to the doing, to the to-do list, the doing, to making things. And it's like I always say, it's not about the 10 things. It's about the one thing that you are doing, or the one change that you are being called to change, because if something isn't working, it's an opportunity. And so I recommended that she goes and gets a buddy. And from that, she made one change. And that one change has had a ripple effect in many aspects of her experience. And it shifts the experience. All right. So, for example, what we are being called now to embrace is to embrace both, to embrace and to shift gears from the doing just because you've got to do, and doing from the familiar. It's just like, yeah, but that you don't know another way, to take space. This is why I would like lean back, lean into your own energy, into your own body, and then act. Because otherwise, actually, you are acting from the wounded masculine, and that will not bring you to, and what that card even says, your highest destiny. We are being called to live from a higher place and to bring that into our reality. And to know that if you are experiencing contrast in your life, contrast is creating clarity, right? If you are feeling that you're tired of the same old, that's a great sign, because it's like there's something new wants to give way, but you've got to give way. You've got to let it in. And quite often as business owners, we want to control, we're too busy in trying to make things, that we actually have got to let go and let it in. And then the other aspect to know is that what will be required, depending on where you are, is that there will be different, for you to go to your next level in your service of doing the work that you came here to do, connecting with the souls that you came here to be. There is no doubt that your ideal soul-connected clients are not there. They are totally there, but you've got to be in alignment. Maybe you've got to up-level your skills and capabilities. Like I remember when I started doing masterclasses first, I was nervous. I didn't know what to do. I was, they weren't my best masterclasses, but the more that I actually started doing them, the more I learned, the more skills that I developed, then they became easier and easier. And I would say as well that if a launch that you have done, like if you have done something before and you didn't have the amount of clients that you expected, or didn't make the amount of money that you expected, it's never a failed launch, because it's who you became, what you learned through that actually counts. All right. So what I want to say to you is that right now, for you to be able to embrace this divine feminine and divine masculine, and to bring in this past present power to align to your next level of your highest identity, there are two paths that I'm kind of proposing for you that may actually be your next step, because the divine will never show you the full path, okay? They will only show you the next step. So the next step that I'm proposing is my mentor, James Wedmore, is doing this free event, and it's called The Rise of the Digital CEO. And this rise of the digital CEO is a combination. What I love about him is that, first of all, it's a male, and a lot of, and I think up to this guy, all my mentors were female, but he actually has this way of being in tune with his masculine and also bringing in the divine feminine, bringing in that intuitive, spiritual, energetic force and bringing it together and really asking the right questions. Sometimes it's like, I think when I look at the whole education system, the education system is actually telling you what to do. It's telling you what to think. It's telling you what to believe. If you look at even the whole collective, it's like even with women, when I look at like role modeling, what women are doing, what women are not doing, and we are in this magical, energetic space where actually there is a new paradigm, a new way of doing things coming through. And it's like, you are the CEO of your business. You are the CEO of your life. You get to choose. And so we're being called to rise out of the old, denser energies of showing up, of doing business, and bringing it together and doing it together rather than doing it alone. So I would recommend, if you are in business, if you have been avoiding, we'll say, the masculine aspects of support of systems, and this brings me to the point of what I got. So I want you actually to stand up for a minute, and I want you to bend. Actually, see if you can. I want you to bend down to your toes, and I want you to let me know, where are you bending from? Where did you bend from? Where did you feel you bent from?
Hips.
The hips, okay. So in fact, this will even tell you something. You need to be bending from the solar plexus, because this is your power. So if you're bending from the hips or bending from the knees, you are limiting your movement. You are limiting the power. So the waist, right, with soft knees. So I want you to connect, I want you to observe, to connect with, because the solar plexus of the whole chakra system is the most powerful. If I want to knock you over, I will hit you in the solar plexus and I'll have you on the floor like that. But if your solar plexus, if you are confident, if you have the willpower, if you have the self-belief, if you have the determination, then you can overcome anything. So it's actually for you to be able to have that divine connection, to have that grounding, because we need both. Our solar plexus needs to be strong. And this is what a lot of people are missing, that's preventing them from marrying the two. And so this is why I would recommend that if you feel drawn into having that power that's within through the solar plexus, and you apply what you're going to learn about, becoming the CEO, like really getting clear instead of avoiding, looking at the money, looking at what you're doing, looking at the various ways that you can pick and choose, that actually there are so many different possibilities. And sometimes you'll say, I don't know. You do know, but you just are not able to choose because you're afraid, or you don't have that, you haven't got that support or someone who can really help you to really trust in what you are sensing. And that will also come from the solar plexus, right? Oh, I'll go down much further now. Brilliant. Okay. So this is one, channel that you could say, actually, I'm going to see and take part on this free event because I feel it will open up your mind. It'll open up your energy. It might give you one tool that you'll say, oh my God, that very tool is going to really help me. And part of this masterclass, I recommended that you download this dashboard, which I'll just show you for a minute. This dashboard, you can make that your own. This is about clarity, okay? So it's like, you need to be clear on the amount of money that your business wants to make, right? So you have a business that has a soul, that is an energy, and has a purpose. So if you're tuning in and saying, like we would in our Divinely Practical community, which is for really women, powerful spiritual women who really want to, they're change makers, but they want to do business in a more balanced divine feminine, divine masculine way. So we're tuning into the soul of the business, and we're asking the soul of the business, what does it want? What's the impact? Because the amount of money that you get represents the amount of impact that you are meant to make. Because when you make an impact, it will require, money to be able to pay for those resources, right? Now, then how can you, reach? What would really resonate? What is maybe the platform you could use? List building. I don't particularly like the word list building, but again, I change those. It's like the list building is like, how can you make it easier for the people that are there looking for you? What would be the way that you could have them in your community, on your list, to be able to support them and literally help them do the work that they came here to do, that you contracted on the soul level? And in relation to the sales system, it's like, that can be very simple. It might just mean a Facebook page and a link for people to be able to make it easy for them to pay you. Because what happens when someone pays you is the transaction when you make the transaction, the transformation happens. All right. And so then it's not about the 10 million offers. It's like the 1 or 2 ways that you can support. And this can be overwhelming, but if you break it down into bite sizes, it will make it easier. Okay. And so what I have found as well is that it's understanding the numbers game. Like in James Wedmore, he has this amazing calculator that he'll say, look, I want to reach 50 people. How many people do you need to connect with? It will give you the amount of people, and then you will know where you stand, rather than blindly like going through life. This is like having your own dashboard where you type it into your GPS and it takes you to your destination, and it's easy. You know where you stand. Okay. So everything has a process. But if you work with that and the divine feminine, the energy, then you will find that you will receive quantum leaps, and you're not doing things for the sake of doing it or just on a whim. You're doing things that have meaning. So what I'm planning to do after James's event is that I'm going to do a 3-day event in the High Priestess Gathering, which is a free event. And this is I'm going to really bring in the energetics. We're going to gather as ancient high priestesses, and we are going to prepare you to really get some clarity on your next step. Okay, so stay tuned for that, and you can join. If you're not in the High Priestess Gathering Facebook group, then I would really encourage you to do so. So has anybody any questions? And maybe if you could let me know, what's the one thing that you have left with after this session? You can either put in the comment or just unmute. So if your options are clarity and balance, beautiful. So your options are to join this Rise of the Digital CEO and explore going, what is the one thing that you could learn? Because sometimes there'll be one mindset shift that is really going to help you. That changed my perspective, because I realized I was actually avoiding the masculine for far too long. Calling past energies back, brilliant. I have everything I need. I already know so much of where I need to go. Focus on what I do know and not on what I think I don't know. Understand, beauty, beautiful. Surety about presence, receiving and doing rather than getting. Yeah, balance and calling in the ancient feminine and masculine energies. Absolutely amazing. So that is it, my darlings. I hope to see you in the Rise of the Digital CEO and in the High Priestess Gathering. And let's harness the power of the energies, because we have between now and the 22nd of June. That's a very powerful portal. And that's why I want to do something through the High Priestess Gathering over the 20th, 21st and 22nd of June to really, really support you. All right, my loves, take care. Sending you so much love. Mwah. Bye. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Welcome.